This is an original World War II U.S. issue K Ration. The K Ration's first major production started in May 1942. 3 were issued to a soldier per day. Breakfast, dinner, and supper, this being supper. You got a can of meat, eat cold or after heating by boiling can in water or after frying in its own fat with added biscuit crumbs. And you also get coffee, biscuits, bouillon, confection, cigarettes, sugar, and chewing gum. Confection probably being candy, chocolate. Packed by the Cracker Jack Company, Chicago, Illinois. The 3 main producers for the K Ration were H.J. Heinz, the Cracker Jack Company, and Patent Food Products. Notice, mosquito bites cause malaria. If you're in a malaria zone, keep your shirt on and your sleeves rolled down. Use mosquito repellent when out of doors between sunset and sunrise. Here's another notice. Open the inner bag carefully. It may be used as a waterproof container for matches, cigarettes, and other items. For security, hide the empty can and wrappers so they cannot be seen. This is a late war production morale series when they started adding color. This one was green. Dinner was blue, breakfast was a kind of brownish red, and they had the stars and everything, the little designs. Before this, it was just very standard, just a supper ration type K, just across the front, and that was it. The thing about the K Ration was it was only about 950 calories per ration, still not nearly enough for the soldiers that were fighting. These things were only intended to be used for the first several days of frontal assaults, but the K Ration turned out to pretty much be the main feeding source for a lot of these guys, and menu fatigue was common because only 3 menus. Also, if you were lucky, you'd get a little heating stove for your can and some heating tabs. These are the original hexamine tablets. Check that out. This thing's as uncommon as the ration itself, if not even more so. Sometimes guys would be issued heaters, and this is a nice example of one. United States Marine Corps in 1943. Alright, let's open this thing up. The inner box was always waxed for waterproofing. Let's check this out. Wow. Definitely a good bit of leakage in the container. It's not surprising. Look at that. Another S. Oh wow. Look at that. There's a nice little library smell. Hey, look at the rust. Let's get a lot of that out. Desiccant wasn't in these things, so it's to be expected to see a little bit of damage. It's not easy to get that thing out of there, but we'll give it a shot. There was the key. There we go. Oh boy. Cigarettes are cooked. I can bet on that. Jeez. Look at those things. They've seen better days. I think there's a piece of gum stuck in there. See if I can get that out. Yep. Wow. Now it's empty. Now this here I'm just going to re-glue, keep sealed. Pretty much the same exact thing as before. Now we get to check out the contents. I'll take this mask off now that the weird old rust food dust stuff has kind of subsided a little bit. Check that out. That thing used to be beef and pork loaf. Look at it now. It's just a total fossil. It's actually kind of sharp, rusty metal too. Oh, jeez, look at that. Gnarly. And because this is an unused example, I'm not going to actually heat this fuel tablet, but you can see here, you just set the fuel tab right in the center, and that can, if it weren't completely rusted out, I would have been able to show you, but here's with an RCI can from 1955. You can see the spacing. Excellent design. Alright, so if you didn't see it before, here are your Wrigley's PK and Camels. Boy, look at that. That's something. And this has your crackers, confection, which I believe are Hershey's tropical bars. Let's check this thing out. You know, that old laminated cellophane pack, weathered over time. Just peel it back. Might as well just check this stuff out. Boy, look at that. Hey, I recognize this. There's a guy who makes reproductions. Huh, yeah, I got this out on my... Look at the reproduction. Yeah, it's this guy here. InvictusChris@gmail.com, Ration Comp. Yeah, this guy makes like all sorts of reproduction items. It's a decent example. Look at that. I'm going to keep this one sealed. If you want to see what that looks like, I have a reproduction here made by Ration Comp. There's his information. This guy makes some of the most top-notch exact replicas. Him, Todd Hogan, a couple other guys, you know, check them out, you know, look around. There are reproductions of this stuff made. Fine granulated sugar. Ooh. But that is pretty much exactly what this is here, I can imagine. Yeah, it's the same stuff. I mean, it's just a little bag of sugar. Oh, wow. This is in decent shape. Not going to open it because it's in fantastic display shape. A classic Nestle's sweet chocolate bar made in Fulton, New York. Storage conditions may cause the surface of the bar to whiten. This does not affect the eating quality. You get 2 of those chocolate bars. Here's a second one. The bouillon. Bouillon powder. Ugh. To be expected. And here's a nice sight. Oh, those are so stale. Not gonna try that at all. These things have to be preserved. Get them out of that packaging where it was just sitting and festering. Reseal the main pack. Get this stuff out. It's your best bet, really. So you get 4 of these crackers. They smell real stale. 2 1-ounce chocolate bars, 23 grams of granulated sugar, pack of bouillon, PK gum, cigarettes, and oddly enough, there were no matches in this box. Not a bad example of a World War II K Ration supper, other than the cigarettes and the entree going bad, and those chocolate bars I actually feel are in better shape than I would have guessed. Excellent display items here. The crackers, also, those things are going to be good to go for display for a long time. The original box, once I get that re-glued, no one's going to even know that it's empty until you pick it up. And for display purposes, this is perfect. So, really, I feel like I gained this out of this. Not too bad about this entree, but like 90% of these K Rations that are still around are in this kind of condition, or worse. And I just realized on the back of the bouillon was a pack of soluble coffee product. Yeah, it's no good. You can tell it's been done for years. Let's just look at these cigarettes. Oh. Jeez. That's like horrible. Definitely not even gonna smell them, let alone smoke them. Yeah, and check out that wooden spoon. That was your eating utensil. If you didn't have your mess kit, you could use that. Very simple. Easy to mass produce. The iconic feeding staple for the World War II U.S. ground soldier, the K Ration, and in this case, supper. This is Steve 1989 off MREinfo. And thanks so much for watching. Hope you liked the video, and I'll be coming back at you with something new. We're old. See ya.